So for today's video, I'm starting off over here at the Paradise Pier Hotel, aka the Pixar Place Hotel, switching brands, switching names on January 30th with its grand reopening. I'm actually over here today because I wanted to try out the Great Maple for the first time, actually sitting down. I know I've been in the past with Mondo for a quick little donut grab, but I'm gonna actually have breakfast here this morning, so that's where we're headed inside the Pixar Place Hotel to go to the Great Maple. So not too much has changed since the last time I've been here. Looks like they're getting ready to add some sort of signage there, but nothing is quite there yet. They got a little bit of celebrations though here for the new year. And for those that don't know, Great Maple is just off the lobby. It's the main restaurant here at Disney's Pixar Place Hotel, and it's open to everyone. You don't have to be staying here to go. In fact, we parked here. You actually get 3 hours validation parking if you're coming to the restaurant, so keep that in mind. We also have the Sketchpad Cafe over here, which isn't quite open yet, but we'll go check that out in a little bit. And then straight ahead is the Great Maple. Let's go ahead and check in. So we just sat down and are seated here. This is the menu for the Great Maple, and it's going to be an all-day menu. So regardless of what time of day you're coming to the restaurant during its operating hours, you're going to be seeing this entire menu available. So we're here at 9 a.m. and you can still get a sandwich or a burger if you want. You can get shrimp pasta, but you can also get breakfast. And that also means that if you guys close out the park and the restaurant, at least for you anyway, like whenever you decide to leave the park, and you still want to get breakfast and the restaurant's still open, you can get breakfast at 9 p.m. It's totally up to you. So I think that's really awesome because Disneyland is really limited when it comes to breakfast options, truly. And a lot of places close and stop serving breakfast at 9 or 10:30 or 11 o'clock. So it's really hard to find breakfast later in the day if you don't like wake up super early in the morning. So being able to wake up at, on a leisurely day at 10 a.m. in your hotel and then strolling on over to the Pixar Place Hotel and getting breakfast at like 11 a.m. That's possible over here. So here is my starter for breakfast. I got a maple bacon donut. You can actually just get one. So I know the menu lists it as 3, but you can ask for just one. So I really liked the donuts myself, and that's what they're known for. So this is my starter, my sweet item for breakfast. And then I also got an orange juice to start too. And my friend here got a Mexican mocha. So this is one of their 3 coffee options, and they're called Brew Bears, and they come in these little bear cups. It's almost like a honey bottle that's been hollowed out. But this is their Mexican mocha. It's not too big. Like you can see, my hand can kind of fit around it. So it's decent size. About a cup of coffee you'd get at a restaurant. And again, this is the Mexican mocha one. You can see it's got cinnamon on top. Looks pretty good. So I got the modern American breakfast, which has avocado toast, 2 eggs of your choice, and then a protein. And my friend Steve got, I think this is the Cajun Benedict, right? Cajun Benedict. So it's got Cajun hollandaise sauce, of course your poached eggs. You've got a little shrimp hidden there underneath the greens, and then you got your scalloped potatoes. So this is quite the dish. And this one was recommended to us, so we were going to try that one out and see how it is. This one sounded good because it had avocado toast. So I was like, I'm going to try that one. I was like, if I'm going to get a donut, I can't get French toast as well because it's too much sweet. So this had to balance it out. So since this Great Maple is on Disney property, they do have some Disney decor in here. Some essentially pretty high-end, I guess, portraits of different characters from Pixar. And this is the Pixar Place Hotel. And then on this side, they have some characters from Ratatouille. Really fun. Great Maple isn't exclusive to Disneyland. There's a location in San Diego, Newport Beach, and Pasadena. So this would be the 4th location, but it's really nice. It looks very different from a lot of the other ones, and definitely check it out if you guys are visiting for at least one time. I think it's amazing for breakfast. I haven't been here for lunch or dinner, so. So just off the Great Maple is actually going to be their small to-go cafe, and it's called the Sketchpad Cafe. Now the walls have been up around this location for a while, but looks like they're down around the menu. So let's go check out some of the things you might find over here if you're staying over at Pixar Place Hotel and just want to grab some quick to-go items. So here's a look at the menu, at least that they have posted so far. It's just all coffees, or the espresso bar. So they have your build your own brew over here. They have the espresso bar with your traditional drinks. And then they have tea time. Now they're gonna have some to-go items here. They did mention they're gonna have their famous donuts here, probably some to-go lunch items here, like sandwiches, things like that. Probably some baked goods in this aisle here. So it is gonna be just like a traditional kind of grab and go coffee location. So I'm guessing this is gonna be pretty busy in the morning time, but you know, your standard fare of different things. We'll have to see. And this is going to be run by Great Maple as well too. It's one of the unique things about the Pixar Place Hotel is that every single food location for the first time at a Disney resort is going to be run by a third party. So we're going to have Great Maple doing not only the main restaurant, the quick grab and go items, the pool bar, the room service, and the concierge lounge, all run by Great Maple. So we crossed the street after eating over at the Grand Californian. They got a little bit of a New Year's celebration set up over here, right next to the piano. And then they've got some stuff over here in front of the fireplace. So I've never actually spent New Year's in any of the hotels to see what their celebrations are like, but I would imagine the Grand's probably a lot of fun. They have another huge archway over here leading right into the Hearthstone Lounge for the New Year celebration. Lots of stuff I didn't expect to see over here in the hotels for the New Year celebrations. So I'm unfortunately still blocked out for the rest of this week. And so I won't be back to Disneyland until next week. So no updates from inside the parks just yet, but I wanted to do some hotels and downtown Disney updates. So we'll continue on. But I wanted to start here first over at Earl of Sandwich, aka the former La Brea Bakery building. I wanted to showcase this because they're getting ready to close again soon. This was always temporary, we knew that. But they're gonna get ready to completely tear down this building and reimagine a brand new space for Portos. And Portos is supposedly gonna be multi-story and have some sort of rooftop bar or seating area. So this is a lot of space over here for Earl of Sandwich as is. So if Portos is gonna take all of that, the only thing that worries me about it is that this is already a tight space between the fountain and this. And if you've ever seen Portos before anywhere, they have massive lines. And I just don't know how they're gonna fit all that unless they kind of line manage more towards the left. So we'll have to wait and see, but not that long after 2024 starts, we're gonna have some walls pop up around Earl of Sandwich. And bulldozing of this building is gonna begin because the Portos location is gonna be a totally new building, something brand new that has nothing to do like the old one. So that's going to be one of the biggest construction projects we'll be following this year because Portos is going to be a huge addition to downtown Disney. All right, moving through downtown Disney, I wanted to stop over here at Catal, or the former Catal restaurant, which is still in its transformation to become Paseo and Centrico. You can see right there in the artwork, the structure is already taking place, much bigger than I thought it was going to be. I feel like the footprint is way bigger than Uva Bar was. And you can see in the concept artwork right over here, the woodworking here continues up there because they're expanding their dining space all along the top half here. So Paseo and Centrico, they are also owned by the Patina Group, which owns Naples Restaurant down there and also owns Tortilla Joe's on the other side over here. So the Patina Restaurant Group, Naples Ristorante, Napolini's Quick Service, they owned Catal, Uva Bar, and Tortilla Joe's and the Taqueria. So, but we're gonna go head over to Tortilla Joe's because that's the next thing I wanted to talk about. So you can see just how much dining space they're gonna have at Paseo. It's going all the way over there and then on top of Disney Home and the Wonderground Gallery. So those accordion windows up there above Wonderground Gallery, that's still dining space for Paseo. So they've really expanded their room a lot. That's why earlier in 2023, they closed the Disney Home Store and the Wonderground Gallery because they were capping off the ceilings, which used to be connected in here, so they could give that space back to Paseo for some additional dining. So lots of work still being done on this restaurant, but it's looking really, really good. Oh, here's actually a new concept art that Disney shared not that long ago. So they have it up on the wall now. So you can see still maintains the old entrance that Catal used to have, and very similar signage, but just says Paseo instead. So really, really cool. So continuing on over here at Tortilla Joe's, we were just talking about that. This is another restaurant owned by the Patina Group. Now, if you remember or watched my channel in the past at all, we had heard from the employees that work here that Tortilla Joe's was going to close in the summer. It doesn't really make sense if you think about it. This is a Mexican restaurant, and what do you think this is over here? Another Mexican restaurant, all by the same restaurant group. So it doesn't really make sense to have two restaurants that are the same type of food right next to each other, essentially being their own competition. So the future of Tortilla Joe's is that it is closing. We just don't know when it's going to happen, and whether or not the Patina Group is going to maintain this facility and maybe use it for some new concept that's not Mexican food, some other type of food that's out there. So Tortilla Joe's was supposed to close in the summer. That's what we were told, but obviously, as we know, we're in winter now. Summer's gone and it hasn't closed. Well, the new date that's being thrown around by the employees is that it's closing in March. So we can expect sometime around March, potentially, that Tortilla Joe's is going to be closing. And again, Disney hasn't confirmed any of this, so it's still total speculation at this point until it actually gets confirmed. But supposedly, Tortilla Joe's will be closing its doors sometime around March, maybe just after the spring break season. We can expect Tortilla Joe's to close. What this becomes in the future, we don't know. And again, we don't know if the Patina Group is going to hold on to this location and turn it into something else. I always thought, just as a speculation, that this potentially could be the Earl of Sandwich, like, permanent location with the tavern they've always wanted. But I don't know if that's going to be the case, because we'll show you some more things a little bit later. All right, so we're over here at the west end of downtown Disney, just outside the Star Wars Trading Post. And I wanted to come over here because this little trailer that's popped up right over here in between the former ESPN Zone building and the former Rainforest Cafe, aka the Star Wars Trading Post. You can see they've brought some electrical lines from the building right across the pond here. But this is supposedly, again, speculation because nothing's been confirmed. This is supposedly the temporary location for Earl of Sandwich as it closes over there in downtown Disney at the very east end of it all. So they're temporarily going to be here until their permanent location is built somewhere else in downtown Disney. So this might be your little go-to Earl of Sandwich section for the most of 2024. All right, so we're over here again on the other side of the west end of downtown Disney. We've talked about this before. That's the brand new entrance, like permanent security location for all the guests that are parking back there in the Simba parking lot. This will be your new main thoroughfare directly into downtown Disney. But I wanted to come over here too because they're building these other shops right across the way. We know Din Tai Fung's right here. That's going to be the Din Tai Fung restaurant opening next year in 2024, a massive location compared to the other Din Tai Fungs, at least that I've been to. But right across the way is another new set of shops. And the current rumor or speculation is that this location, either partially or all of it, would be for Earl of Sandwich. I feel like this is much too big for Earl of Sandwich by itself. So I feel like maybe Earl of Sandwich takes a big chunk of it. But they still want that tavern space. That's a big part of what Earl of Sandwich wants. So, and they also want, I guess, some sort of rooftop tavern so that they have fireworks views. Well, this building right here, as is, would have amazing views of the fireworks. The Disneyland Hotel, peeking out just at the top over there, the rooms that face this direction are the premium view rooms that have fireworks views, as well as the concierge lounge, which is on the very top. So these are direct fireworks views, and if this building had any sort of rooftop accommodations, it would have amazing fireworks views. So Earl of Sandwich could be positioning itself for a very nice permanent location, and being that they're temporary locations right over there, they'd be right across the street from the building of their new location, and this would be permanent. So Earl of Sandwich could stay, so the poor Earl of Sandwich doesn't have to keep moving anymore. This would be their permanent spot. But I feel like there's a lot more room here for other shops and things, so we might see some other small shops pop in here, and I'm hoping we get some of the things we see at Disney Springs over in Walt Disney World. But anyways, let's go ahead and continue on to the Disneyland Hotel as we wrap up this update for downtown Disney and the hotels of the Design Resort for what's new and what's happening. So I wanted to make a stop over here at the lounge at the Disneyland Hotel because they added a ton more decorations from the first time it opened when we covered it on this channel. So it has now some vague hints to like Sleeping Beauty, some of the old cartoons that you see back then and that style of animation. And they have these kind of faux plants continuing the outer edge and giving you that little privacy, that separation from the rest of the lobby. More importantly though, they added a whole new archway slash kind of like close off entrance for Steakhouse 55. So it's really closed off now. It's like blue in here, very dark. So there's no attention being brought to the fact that, you know, the restaurant was back here. It's like visibly blocked off from the rest of the space. So this is again, the lounge at the Disneyland Hotel, and it is a seasonal multi-use space that's going to be used as a bar most of the time. It has a pretty general menu, but it's nice to see some theming be brought into it. It was kind of a little plain before with just like some green walls and stuff like that. So it's nice to see some Disney theming be brought in for that ambiance as they continue to evolve this space. They did say that it would change throughout the seasons and become a seasonal space. So we might see next year in 2024 a little bit of a Halloween theme coming in here. Maybe some other holidays being incorporated like Christmas, stuff like that. So we're definitely going to keep checking this out as they continue to use it. And there might even be some times in the off seasons of 2024 where this space is just closed like it is right now, right? I mean, it's early in the morning, that's why it's closed, but there might be big parts of the year where they just don't use this space. So even in the nighttime, it's not open. So it's really a flexible space that Disney's going to use how they see fit. They have a lot of convention guests that come here that love buying alcohol. They're not going to the theme park. So this is really a great thing for them to have back for those reasons. So it actually started to rain, and that basically wraps up my video as well too. Like I mentioned, I'm still blocked out like all the other Magic Key holders until I think the 3rd, but I'm not visiting the park until next weekend on the 6th. So I'll be at Disneyland and Disney California Adventure bringing you all the updates as we start off the brand new year with a bunch of construction. We're going to go deep and dive into what's going on at Haunted Mansion, but I'm excited. Thanks for watching this video. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. And if you haven't already, go ahead and leave a comment down below. Thanks so much as well for dealing with me with that short break. I know it's been a little bit since I've posted on the channel. I have a lot of plans for 2024, so stay tuned. We're going to be changing things up with the podcast and everything like that. So I'm going to head back now over to where our car is parked over at the Paradise Pier Hotel. But like I mentioned, thanks for watching. And we'll see you in the next one.